Well, good morning to our Monday morning miracle call. This is Robin. I'm going to turn things over to our hostess with the mostest this morning, Michelle Niels, and we're going to get a great start. It's an exciting day. Cellargize is available. So you might want to get your order in. If you order one, it's 69, two, it's 59, three or more, it's 49.95. And Jim Gilliland said if you put it on your monthly subscription, you can order one and get that 49 price. So I'm going to turn things over to Michelle and I'm going to get quiet. Thank you, Michelle, for being.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday to everybody. It is Monday, June 16th, and my name is Michelle Niels, and I'm in Fort Collins, Colorado. I'd like to give a warm Live Younger community welcome to everyone here, and in particular, anyone who's new, anyone who has joined LifeWave recently or has not been on one of these calls. I'm going to ask you to please raise your virtual hand because I would like to personally welcome you. Okay. So I'm not going to call on you. Just if you would just raise your hand. And how you do that is at the bottom of your screen. Now, this is interesting. My React button is not doing what it usually does. Normally on the React button, it says raise hand and you can raise your hand, but there's one of those icons at the bottom of your screen. Tom, are you new? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm sure there's some other people. Either you've never been on one of these calls or you just have joined LifeWave in the last month or two. We'd love to welcome you. So anyone else that's brand new? Okay, Paulette. Hi, Paulette. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to go over a few of our housekeeping rules. I am one of four hosts for these Monday morning miracle calls. Beamy, Sunshower, and Jerry are the other three. And every Monday morning, we get together and share our stories, our testimonials, our patch successes. And just a few reminders, those of you who have been on the calls before, you know this, but it always bears repeating, that the LifeWave products do not claim to treat, diagnose, cure, prevent any disease or disease condition. So let's not name diseases, okay? No diagnoses. As Connie says so brilliantly on the Doc Talk, if you go into your physician, you don't tell the physician, I have this, and you name a disease. You just describe your symptoms. So that's what we do here. We just say how we felt before, which patch or patches we used, and then how we felt afterwards. Uh, Also, we are going to limit the sharing to just the star of the show, the X39, for the first 15 minutes, please. Okay. Until 15 after, let's focus on the X39 because that is the patch that beats them all. Okay. Of course, we love all the patches, but everyone starts with the X39 and stays with the X39. So let's focus on that for the first 15 minutes. And then, extremely important, please keep your line muted unless you're ready to speak. We don't want to hear about your conversations in the background. And please keep your shares to 1 minute or less. Let's practice 30 seconds to a minute. Sometimes people go a little long, and it means that other people can't have a chance to share. So let's do that, and let's start getting those hands up, okay? So I would love to welcome Norma. Go ahead and unmute, Norma, and what would you like to share?
Well, thank you. Yesterday, 2 days ago, I was walking in the park and I love walking barefoot on the grass. And I noticed there were little flowers. And I thought, just before it happened, I thought, I could get stung by a bee. And instantly I was stung by a bee. I've never really experienced being stung by a bee on my foot. And, from hearing all the stories of people that are in pain or all of a sudden pain, they take off their X39 and put it on the pain spot. I did that. I couldn't walk and put it on the pain spot. And literally, I would say within 1 minute, the pain diminished and then was gone. And I could walk. I could walk back to my car. I got to go through the park and do what I was going to do. And I am so grateful. No
Oh my gosh.
swelling, no sense of having a bee sting at all, because I think it sucked out all that poison that the bee put in.
Yeah. That's beautiful, Cher. Yes, with the summer here, I think that's going to be a more likely occurrence, right?
Right.
Barbecues and yes, keep those patches handy. Keep your first aid kit at hand. Thank you, Norma. That's a great share. Thank you. Nice and short and to the point. All right, Dushenka.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to share that I have been using the patches since September 1st of 2022. And I just wanted to remind us that you don't get to say what it's going to do. Like, I have this condition that I've been dealing with since I don't know when. And if that's what I was patching for, I would have been disappointed because I still have it. But using the patches, my eyesight has come back. My white hair is coming in dark. Like, there's less pain. I cut my finger down to the bone, had no swelling, no scarring. Like, there's all these miracles. And so I just wanted to share this morning that you don't know what you're going to get, but whatever you get, you're going to be so happy that you got it. And
Beautiful. Yes. Yes, Dushenka. I love what Dr. Kathy Wong says. You don't get to pick the fix, right, Dushenka? It is working. It is
yeah,
absolutely proven. We have the science. We have the research that shows that these patches are actually doing some pretty amazing things in our miraculous body. They're just helping the body work better, right? Yeah, they're not interfering. They're restoring homeostasis. So, yay. Okay, thank you, Dushenka. Susan, and then Emily.
Never shared on my phone, so I'm trying to figure out all these buttons. Yeah, I just took so I've been taking on the patches for 3.5 months, and I deal with back pain every day. Like I have to lie down, and I think I shared last time that I think my spine is going more straight, and so we, my husband and I flew last Thursday. We left a house at 10 in the morning and got to Dallas at 3 in the afternoon. So actually it was 5, but it was 5 hours. And I had no back pain whatsoever. This never happened to me before. To go 5 hours of sitting and stress and luggage and all that and no back pain. It's just amazing. I was texting everybody I know.
Oh, that's
And
beautiful, Susan.
also, I wanted to share that my daughter started patching a month ago. She plays beach volleyball, and she's she has had some breathing problems, and she started on the basic, X39 and Eon, and then one day she tried the carnosine, and she didn't have any breathing problems at all. So now she's telling all her friends about it, and we're just really excited.
Beautiful, beautiful. How long have you been using the patches, Susan?
3.5 months. Started in
3.5.
February. Hmm.
Beautiful. And that was when you had no back pain after flying for 5 hours.
5 hours.
You were just wearing it on the back of your neck, or
Hmm.
did you? Okay,
No, I put the ice wave. I heard about the triangle, so I put the ice wave at the base of my spine, and then the 339 at the top. Because I
okay.
heard about the triangle, I tried it. Hey, it works.
Beautiful.
Powerful.
We're gonna let you slide, Susan, bringing in other patches. That's okay, but we're gonna focus on just the X39 for the beginning of this call. We like to focus there because that's the patch that we want. We're basically we're a multi-patch company with a single patch focus, and it just makes things a lot easier. So, but
Thank you.
thank you for those beautiful shares. It's awesome. Okay, Emily.
Good morning, everybody. I have a dental story. I've been on the X39 for 5 years and I've had lots of good benefits. But one benefit I didn't notice till just recently. I remember back 4, 5, 6 years ago when I would go to the dentist for a cleaning. I had I I have to admit that I have been lazy about flossing. And so when I would go to the dentist for cleaning, my gums would bleed. And also, I would have plaque and I would have tartar, and they'd have to scrape the tartar off. And then they'd measure my pockets, and the pockets seemed to be maybe getting worse. And also, I had this mysterious stain on my teeth that we didn't know where it comes from because I don't really drink coffee. Anyway, fast forward to I moved to a new dentist, and uh, they started telling me like 6 months ago, they said, "You have good teeth." And I thought, well, maybe they just mean that I'm lucky enough not to have a cavity this time. But so then last week I went again, and I thought I'd better ask some questions because they said, "You have good teeth." And I said, "Well, what does that mean? Did my gums bleed this time?" "No." "Did I have plaque?" "No." "Did I have tartar?" "No." "How about my pockets?" "What pockets?" she said. So, and I realized I haven't had stain for several years. I haven't really noticed because it wasn't there. Anyway, I just think this speaks to long-term healing and repair.
Yes, absolutely. The benefits accrue over time, right? They just keep getting
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
Yes, dental. We hear a lot of wonderful dental stories. Thank you for sharing, Emily. All right, Sunshower Rose.
Good morning, Michelle.
Good
So I'm going to
morning.
give my quickie one, which was in 2 days, a pain that I had had under my rib cage for 17 years was gone. 2 days. And then the other one, since you're talking dental stuff and the face, some of the new folks may not know this, but after my second year, so again, Dushenka, yes, consistency works. After 2 years, now I can smell. I could never smell. And I can say one more really fast, and that is since 1974, I have had half of a numb tongue thanks to an oral surgery, and that is repairing itself. It's taking a while, but
Yes.
it is happening. All X39. Thank you.
All X39. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful, compliant, and brief. Thank you, Sunshower Rose, for modeling. All right, Allie, go ahead and unmute.
Right. Last week I went to my oldest granddaughter's graduation from elementary school. It was pouring rain. I forgot my cane. And I opened the car door. There was a steep hill. I stepped out of there. I walked all the way to the school. I walked the whole time. I was perfectly fine. I continue using them because things keep getting better. And I just signed my lease. I'm moving and I signed my lease.
You're moving to a new place?
Yeah, it was one more stress that I decided to create for myself. And I just signed the lease and I'm moving in less than 2 weeks.
Oh, congratulations, Allie. Yes. Yes, Allie's had quite a healing journey for those of you who don't know her. Thank you so much, love. Thank you for sharing. Um, CL, go ahead and unmute.
Good morning, Love Tribe. This is a safe place for those that are new. I started wearing the patches about 3 years ago, and after 6 weeks, I had to have a joint in my thumb replaced for a third time in my dominant hand. And in 10 days, I was able to drive and type and hold a pencil in my hand, and I could even chop vegetables. And I had labs for a female issue. After maybe 12 years, it finally was negative. So it is a long-term game, and consistency is key. I so agree with that. I love these patches.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, CL.
And this is what 73 looks like. I'm going to be 73 tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, we don't mind talking about our age, those of us who use the patches, because we know we're getting younger. A lot of women, over 50 don't talk about their age, but we kind of brag about it here because we don't look it. Thank you, CL. Happy birthday. Okay, Tracy.
Hi, I'll talk about my age. I am 52 and I've only been on the patches for about 3 weeks now. And all my life I've been working out, and just with years of heavy weightlifting, and we live on a ranch and having to do ranch work, I developed aches and pains in my wrists and my knees, and I wasn't able to do a lot of the things that I had done before. I still work out and, was very active, but I had to modify. So last Monday, I went to my boot camp class, picked up, the lighter weights, and I noticed I didn't have any pain in my wrist. And I was actually shocked. So I grabbed the heavier weights and I said, I want to try this out. I was able to do with the heavier weights like I did. I just got back from my morning workout class this morning, and there was 3 20-year-olds that were there today. And I actually outran them, outworked them today. And if anybody knows what burpees are, we did a gross amount of those this morning.
I totally know what they are. They are hard.
We did a gross amount. I couldn't do burpees prior to X39 because my wrist hurt. I couldn't do push-ups anymore. If I did planks, I had to go to my elbows. So I'm telling you, it's only been 3 weeks and I feel like I'm 20 years old again. So go X39.
That is super exciting. Wow, Tracy. Yeah, I have someone in mind I'm going to share this replay with, because she's about your age and she loves working out. And yes, she uses the patches, but I think she needs a little more encouragement. Thank you, Tracy. Great share.
Thank you.
All right, Jerry, and then Beck.
Hey, Michelle, thank you so much. You're doing a beautiful job. But my story from the Rhine River, we're floating down right now. And a lot of you know about my knee problems, and didn't realize that after 2.5 years, I was going to be able to look like a young person when I dropped something rather than 90 years old, because I could not get up or down. And I am doing between 15,000 and 22,000 steps a day, dancing at night. And there's so many people here saying they're too tired out, they can't get going in the morning. And I am not having that problem. So all I want to tell you all is just stay on the patches. I'm starting, like I said, 5 years, and I'll never be stopping them, because everything good keeps coming up and getting better. So thanks, Michelle. Have a nice one.
Thank you, Jerry. Enjoy your time in Europe. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Okay, well, before I bring you on, Becca, it's about 18 after, and I just want to repeat a few of the housekeeping rules, just because there's a lot of people that come on later. So we can talk about other patches now, because it's after 15 minutes after the hour, and we want to limit our share to a minute or less, please. Because we just want to give lots of people a chance to share. And also, if you're new and you have never shared, we are a very welcoming community, and we absolutely love new people. So if you've never shared before, we want to ask you to take a step out and be bold, and we'd love to hear from you. Okay, Beck, go ahead, and then Nancy.
Thank you, Michelle. I just want to echo what you said about the sharing. I'm newer to this team, and this is a gold mine of hope for everybody and education, so we can encourage ourselves and others about longevity, because that's the big gap. I call them hope patches, and I discovered them November 22. A woman called in and a business and was talking about needing help. She didn't know how to sell things. And she told me the story about her husband who couldn't use his left hand, the big A. Fingers were crinkled, couldn't use them, pain. Put this patch on, and in less than a month, all that went away and never returned. I said, what is the middle of Corona cray cray, as I call it? And I said, stop right there. I want you to tell me, we can help you with business, but I want you to tell me where to get those patches. I believe this man that you told me the story about is a gift to humanity, and I want that patch. And I did. I bought it right on the spot. I'm going to breathe on this. What happened to me, because that's what we're really supposed to tell in 1 minute or less, and I'm going to do it. I didn't know what I needed. I wanted it preventatively. And what happened to me in the first 2 weeks, I didn't look at the tracker. I was bombarded. I was working 12-hour days, blah, blah, blah. Here's what happened to me. I found out what was going on when I listened to meetings like this on Tuesday nights and heard what's happened to others. I said, what happened to me? What happened to me? First thing, better sleep. Felt like I had gone to sleep 5 minutes before and I woke up 7, 8 hours later, which was just like high school. And I didn't know how important my sleep was. So that was what my body did immediately. Thank God. Now my body can heal better. And then I also had more energy and optimism. And I just want to encourage everybody, that might not sound as big as some of these miraculous longevity miracles. And I do call it hope patch, miracle patch, restoration patch. I am a different person and I will never be without them. And I thank God for the patches. I thank God for David Schmidt and I thank God for this community. It is the sweetest community. I just love being here. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Robin and Gregory and Michelle and everybody here sharing your story. Get off. I think I did it.
We can feel your love and gratitude. Thanks, Beck. It's oozing out of you. Thank you. It was
Okay.
beautiful.
Okay, bye.
Thank you so much. All right, Nancy and Jonathan, and then Ravel. Nancy. We can't hear you, Nancy.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can, yes.
Okay. First of all, good morning, everyone. I started the X39 in February. After about 3 weeks, I noticed that I felt just kind of in general, I felt good and I had more energy. So I've been on carnosine for, I think I'm at the end of my 2nd month of carnosine. I wear it on my right temple and I alternate on my left temple. I had gone to a specialist a couple of years ago, and this is an issue I've been dealing with for 6 years. I have not been diagnosed with eye disease. So can I say what it is?
No, we don't name
Okay.
disease. We don't name disease.
Well, I don't have a disease,
Uh-huh.
but there was
You
an
can
issue with my,
describe the symptoms?
well, I have straight in my line of sight, I have had a gray cloud.
Okay.
And because of what's going on, I have double vision in my left eye. So after 2 months of the carnosine, it might be the end of my 3rd month. But anyway, it's going away. The double vision is getting less, and it's either whatever is breaking apart, so there's gaps in this gray cloud that I can now see through.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. Wow.
It's been a horrible experience for the last 6 years. I
Oh,
can't drive at night anymore.
yeah.
I can't really watch TV or anything in the evenings because my eyes just are so tired and I just can't see right. So that's starting to go away. I'm so excited.
Beautiful.
I'm
And of
gonna
course you're
drive at
wearing
night again.
you're wearing
X39
Yes.
every day,
Yes.
carnosine alternating between my right temple and my left temple every day.
Beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, carnosine next to the eye, for those of you who are new to this concept. I sometimes wear one on each side. I just take off half of the backing and I wear it when I'm sleeping. You can also put it in an eye mask. But for eye conditions, carnosine is awesome. And of course, always X39. Okay, Jonathan, welcome. Jonathan.
Hey,
Good to see you.
good morning. Good morning. So just real quick, I just want to say thank God for David Schmidt for the X39 patch that I've been wearing for almost 5.5, going on 6 years. Because of it, my health has been amazing. You guys have heard the story. I don't have blood pressure problems anymore. But because of that, I'm not able to make it. I've only actually been to one convention. That was our 20-year convention. But because of X39, I got to meet these beautiful stars, you, Michelle. I got to hug you and hug
Yes, it was wonderful.
Robin and Gregory and Janet and Dr. Lewin. You guys are for real. This company is for real. And God is so good. Thank you so much.
Oh, amen. Thank you, Jonathan. Beautiful. Yes, I got to hug this beautiful man, beautiful soul. Thank you. All right, Ravel and then RM.
Michelle,
then
wonderful
Roadshow.
Zoom. Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you,
Really
Ravel.
quickly, in addition to X39 and X49 during the day, I just wanted to mention how much I love using SP6, Alavita, and sometimes Eon at night. it's just remarkable knowing that we can trust the integrity of the product. And now with Celergize, and down the road, the water system is going to make the patches work even better. So I'm extremely grateful. Thank you.
Yes, much gratitude. Thank you, Ravel. Thank you. Okay, RM.
Hi, this is Rosemary in Dallas, and
Hi, Rosemary.
I've been giving a testimony. Hi, about I've been on the patches 2.5 years, and I have a lot of autoimmune issues. So I just trusted from everybody's testimonies that were going on that it was working on me. Didn't know where, but the supplementals I could tell they were more reactive. So I just trusted. And about 3 months ago, things started changing and I started having energy that I hadn't had in years. And anyway, a lot of different things started happening for me and I didn't know what was going on. Okay, then just yesterday, I've been talking to my people and talking about Celergize and the need and where it fills in the gaps and all this sort of thing. And all of a sudden, it was like a light bulb went off. And I called Velvet and I said, guess what? I said, remember when we had the special where we could order and we would get the Celergize? And I said, I was only able to get one container. And I said, I took that and I said, I have methylation issues. So anyway, I think that it dawned on me because of the timing that the Celergize is filling in those gaps for me that I have so much trouble with, because I kept thinking I'm going to crash. I know my energy is going to crash, and it hasn't. And I'm just feeling so good. So whatever you do, people, try. If you're doubting, try the Celergize. Let it do its job.
Beautiful, Rosemary. Yes. If you missed the Thursday business chat from last week, Dr. Velvet, myself, and Anne Moreau, we did a presentation all about Celergize. And what Rosemary is saying is absolutely worth repeating, that some people have gaps in their nutrition. And David Schmidt has said that many times. And Celergize is the answer to our prayers, right?
Amen.
So yeah, we're just so excited. Oh gosh, I'm gonna order as soon as this call ends. All right. I'm not sure about how to pronounce your name. Is it Rocio? You have to help me, please. Bernie is your last name.
Yes, this is Rocio Berni.
Rocio?
Rocio.
Rocio. Okay. Rocio.
Good morning. Good morning. I am in love with LifeWave and very grateful to the universe for all what David Schmidt has accomplished. I started using the patches because I was not feeling well. They started working on me immediately. And even though I have had many, I can mention, but it'll take more than a minute. I have had many good stories about them. The main one, or the biggest of all, I can say about 9 years, one of my lungs collapsed. And what happened after that is, yes, I started getting better and better and better. But my interest for doing new things had completely disappeared. And the patches have bring me that back. The willing to live and to do more for everyone has come back to me. And I think that's something that doesn't have a price.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. That sense of well-being, that joie de vivre,
Yes.
the life force. Yes. Yes. It's sometimes hard to articulate, but we hear you, Rocio. Yes. Beautiful. Thank you, love. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love
Thank
that
you for
share.
having me.
Thank you. And we're going to end with Lavelle or Majay.
Hey,
And
good
then we're
morning, Michelle. Thanks so much. Actually, I'd like to pass it over to Josefina. Josefina is one of our directors, and she had someone who kept saying that the patches wasn't working for him, and we gave him the Celergize. Josefina, can you share that story real quick? Josefina, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. So he had 20% lung capacity, had his little oxygen tank with him. when we met him back in December, and he felt he had nothing to lose. Used the patches, had them for about a month, and then called us and said he wanted his money back because the things didn't work. It was a scam, blah, blah, blah. I called Lavelle, and Lavelle says, well, it took a long time for you to get to where you're at. It's not going to reverse immediately, but it's working. And Celergize had just come out, and Lavelle had gotten some. I didn't get any before they ran out. So he sent him some. And a couple of, I think it was early last week, or the week before, just recently, the person that signed him up, Tony, called me up and said, I saw him and he looks like a different man. He is so much better. And he didn't have his little oxygen tank with him. So he's definitely feeling a lot better. And that's what made the difference. And even his doctor, I'm not sure if it's the pulmonary doctor or the primary care doctor, noticed that the numbers are going up. So his lung capacity is getting better. So Celergize does work, and it's bringing people some health back.
Yes. Well, David.
So Josefina, and Michelle, and the reason I wanted her to share that, guys, is because a lot of us may not realize, but most of us are deficient in our nutrition. And sometimes just that mineral that we need will take us to the next level of restoring our health. So really take that to heart, guys, and share that with people. Well, I don't feel it. It's working, but we need to maybe add this Celergize so you can get the results you're looking for. Thanks so much for letting us share.
Thank you, Val. Thank you, Josefina. Yes. Yes. Even when we eat, quote, a healthy diet, sadly, our soil doesn't have quite the nutrition that it had generations ago, right? So, and the fact that we have it all in one supplement, we don't have to be popping a bunch of supplements all day. It's one and done. So we are so grateful. We are so grateful for this product and how it actually augments or supports the patches. David specifically put the ingredients in Celergize to support the patches. So it's a synergistic relationship. Thank you so much, everyone. Beautiful shares. Thank you for keeping your shares brief and compliant this morning. And I'm going to turn it over to Robin or Gregory and talk about tonight.
Yes, well, that was beautiful, Michelle. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. And Beck, I loved what you say. And David says this all the time, it's about hope. And I love, Michelle, that you quoted Dr. Kathy. We can't pick our fix. And, we didn't get here overnight. So please, when you're starting to share with people, set really conservative expectations. And we like to say a month for every decade you are old, because that, has people commit. And now that we have Celergize, we are excited about the stories. So really, do a good job for yourself and your people of documenting what are you noticing with Celergize. On our last Monday call, we heard an amazing story. So let's keep the stories coming. It is available in your back office under the store, under nutrition. And it's like the other supplemental patches outside of the stem cell patches. One of them is $69.95, $2, $59, $3, $49.95. And Jim Gilliland said, if you put it on your monthly subscription, you only need to get one to get that $49.95. So exciting times, and it'll be a fun day in your back office. The larger the organization, the bigger the bonus you get when we introduce something new. And we are just running out of ours. Oh my gosh. And I'm hoping they have some available for us on our drip. So good morning. And then tomorrow night, we have Janet hosting the call and presenting, and she will also be hosting Dr. Tom. So it'll be a fabulous Power the Patch. That's the call to invite guests. And as many of you learned, Sunday was Father's Day. I hope you guys had a great time celebrating the wonderful fathers in our life. There was no Doc Talk in honor of Father's Day, but it will reconvene next week. And I think that's all I have for now. Thank you, everyone. If you want to unmute and say thank you and goodbye, that would be wonderful.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yes,
Great job.
thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
So many wonderful
Great
stories.
testimonies. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Share the
Thank you,
light.
Michelle.
Thank you, everybody.
It was wonderful.
Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you, April.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Michelle.
Michelle. You guys, just a little bit
Good to
ago.
see everybody.
Thank
Have a
you,
good
Robin.
Thanks for all the
shares.
Happy birthday, Sunshower.
Enjoy your trip. Have a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Share
We'll
your
be
hope.
back
Share your
we'll be
hope.
back on the 25th. And our leaders are taking over, so you'll be in touch with many people. And yes, we'll share some pictures, okay?
Helena or Helena has a quick question, Robin.
Oh,
Go ahead, Helena.
We use the patches. My husband's going to be 92 in October. And he's always tired, and he uses the Energizer. He uses many of the patches. And I want to know, is there a patch that I could help him with, because he's always tired, always sleepy. And he loves the patches.
Helena, he Celergize, right, Robin?
That's what he, okay.
Add Celergize, Helena.
and
Can't
also,
wait to get it. He can't wait
Yes.
to get it.
Okay, and also,
ordering it now.
Elena, it might, I don't know how good his hydration is, so make sure you check on that too.
Yes.
That will make a big difference. for
Yes.
people. Yeah.
Hydration, drinking plenty of quality good water,
The
filtered water.
Celergize will actually help us absorb more of our water too. So it's going to be really fun to hear what unfolds. So thanks, everybody.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thanks, Robin.
Safe travels.
Thank you.